So before we even get into this service, the SOC reports, right, or SOC itself, the focus when it comes to audits, it focuses on two main things. So it focuses on financial aspect to make sure the organization is in good financial standing, and then also on the security aspect or information security aspect. For us, we are not really much concerned about the financial side. We are more concerned about the security side because we are cybersecurity professionals or information security professionals. Okay, so before we get into the history of SOC, or this is part of the history of SOC, it stems from SSAE 18, right? If you're not familiar with what that is, it's an auditing standard that is set forth by AICPA, the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, right? And there is a funny twist to, or not really funny twist, but what we are going to talk about today goes to show and it reinforces the fact that in cybersecurity, there is something for everybody, right? I keep saying that, but sometimes some people think it's really, but there's something in it for everybody, right? And you know why at the end of this little lesson that we are going to go through, or presentation we are going to go through, right? Because, and more specifically, this shows that there is something in this for accountants and for certified or for CPAs, right? So CPAs, they can easily get into cybersecurity and they will become SOC auditors, right? But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's keep moving, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. So regardless of what your background is, if you are looking to get into cybersecurity, truly there is something for everybody. Your background will be, whatever skill set that you have now will serve you well in some area of cybersecurity. You just have to know what area, okay? So, and this is one of the areas we are going to talk about today. So the whole SOC reports started from SSAE 18. So this is an auditing standard set forth by AICPA, like I said earlier. And this standard is not special to information security. It covers financial aspect as well, okay? So we will look at, we are not going to dive, too deep into this standard itself, but we are, at least just to have you understand where this is coming from and also who is involved in this, right? So it is the Certified Public Accountants, or American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. They are the ones who are responsible for SSAE 18 and also for the SOC reports and everything that all the standards that guides our SOC reporting and the auditing. So why is it CPAs or the Institute of CPAs who are responsible for this? We will get to know that as we move forward. Okay. So still on this, why the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, why are they the ones who are responsible for something cybersecurity, right? So the SOC reports, it started off with just the financial aspect, and accountants, they do financial stuff, right? So it was the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants who were in charge of it, right? And they are the ones in charge of it. Now, when the cybersecurity aspect of it or information security aspect of it was added, they are still the ones, it is their baby. So they are the ones who extended it to that point. But for CPAs who can do the audits, it has to be CPAs who have some cybersecurity training, right? So that is why I'm saying there is something in it for everybody. So if you're a CPA and you have some cybersecurity training, now you can qualify to be a SOC 2 auditor, right? So, and I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but in which ways it's all part of the discussion. For SOC 2 audits or SOC 3 audits, SOC 1, SOC 2, SOC 3 audits, it's only certified CPAs who can conduct it. I'm a QSA. I've been in information security, cybersecurity for a while. I can do the audits, but I can't do the audits because I'm not certified to do it. So the only people who can do your SOC 2 audits are accountants or certified CPAs. That is the sad truth, right? So if I'm not a certified CPA, regardless of my years of experience in cybersecurity, I cannot do that audits, right? So if you're an accountant or a CPA on this call, this is an area that you can easily branch into, but you have to get some cybersecurity training, right, or a strong foundation in cybersecurity to be able to go on this route. And also, just a little caveat to that, right? If you are in an organization, right, you are an implementer, you are the one who is supposed to help your organization pass the SOC 2 audits. If the CPA who is coming to do your audits, if they don't really know their stuff, you can get away with some stuff. That is just a bad advice, but just to give you some confidence if you have to go through SOC 2 audits. And it's just some CPA who went for who doesn't really have a strong background in security. They can still do the audits, if they've been certified, they've gone through AICPA and they've been certified. So even if you're a CPA, it doesn't mean automatically when you're a CPA you are qualified to do the audits. You still have to go and take a training with AICPA for them to certify that you can do SOC 2 audits, right? So it is CPA companies that can do these audits. Just as in PCI, it is QSA companies that can do your assessments, right? So here is for the accountants or CPAs, okay? So whoever, whatever firm, if it is not if they don't have a CPA who is qualified to do this, they cannot do it, right? So it has to be an accounting firm. And mostly the reason for this is that for organizations, it's going to be the same accounting firm that was going to do your SOC 1, right? And then they'll have an accountant who, has some good working knowledge in cybersecurity, or who's conducted SOC 2 reports to do your SOC 2 and 3, right? So I hope that helps, and that is a new revelation to maybe some of us, right? So with the history, with the history of the SOC, I think kind of touched on almost everything, but still having people coming in. Sorry about that. So like I said earlier, it is the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants who are in charge of everything, right, when it comes to SOC reports. So SOC 1, 2, 3, they are the ones who qualify the individuals, who CPAs who are going to do the assessment itself, right? And it covers financial, it covers security, right? So we will look at, when we talk about security, for us today, our focus is going to be on the security side, not on the financial side. And also probably next cyber chat, we will do a second round of this, and then we will look at the controls itself, just like we did with the CIS controls, right? So